Yeah.
Guys, I'm back. Got me some Winchester Longbeard XR, getting ready to go take my A400 out and sight it in, pattern it with a new choke. You can see on the table I got multiple chokes. I love chokes. I got the new Carlson Longbeard XR, turkey, extra full. I think it's a .660. Haven't shot it yet. Looks promising. Look at the reviews. I did pick up a box of this because I don't have a whole lot of turkey loads, and that'll probably last me several years. I try my best to get out there when I can. I always don't, but I'm gonna go out there and pattern my shotgun anyway. But coming on here to talk about chokes. I'm talking about why it's so important to go out there and try different things with your shotgun. I bought my wife a Benelli 20 gauge, and I shot the standard chokes in it, which they do okay, but I want to get the most performance out of the gun that I can, and that's why I like chokes. Chokes are a lot cheaper than shotguns. It's probably the most important thing to have a good quality choke, because that's the last thing that shot goes through before it leaves that barrel. They can talk about the forcing cone and all that and extending it and all, but I think the chokes are the key to a good combination with a good load. Well, we took the shotgun out before we went out in to Louisiana to do a tail hunt, and she was going with me. And I purchased this choke on advice, and it does okay. It's a modified choke, and I tested it out to 30 yards. I would say it's a 25-yard choke max. To get the pattern I want consistently, 25 yards I would limit it to. So it's a good till load up close in the swamp. I would told her not to recommend shooting anything past 25 to, pushing it 30 yards. And this is the reason why. I tried these different loads. I got heavy steel, it's just plain steel. Nitro steel, another plain steel. Winchester dry lock, another plain steel. And I got the heavy metal duplex load, which is, heavy shot, number 6, roughly heavy shot on top of number 4 steel. So we went out and patterned the shotgun, and this is my results I got from it. And it was in a 36 by 36 inch piece of cardboard. This, didn't care for it. It was number 3 shot, 7-ounce load at 1,400 feet per second. And all this you can get at Academy. Academy Sports carries all this. This is where I picked it up at. I just went down there and grabbed 2 or 3 different kinds and went out to the land and patterned the shotgun. And the heavy steel number 3s, because they didn't have 4s, I didn't care for them. They at 30 yards, I put 114 hits on a 36 inch area, 12 in the circle, 12 pellets in a 12-inch circle. But I had holes, and when I'm referring to holes, I'm talking about hand-sized holes. This almost shot a donut-looking shape with this choke. Wasn't real pleased. I still got a box of it. We'll play around with it, I guess. I don't know what we'll do with it. Went out and tried another shot of steel with a Kicks High Flyer. I tried the Remington. It was 20 gauge, 3-inch, 14, 1-ounce load. A little bit heavier load. It put 145 hits in that thing, 36 by 36 inch piece of cardboard at 30 yards. And I put 22 hits in the circle, a 12-inch circle. It had a couple of small areas. It was not, gotta watch that. Was not as bad as the other ones. It still had a couple of little bitty holes, but I was impressed with it overall. The Winchester dry lock, I put 131 hits in. It was a little less. but it was a little less. It's 3/4 ounce load. It had holes in the pattern. Holes big enough where if you shot at a teal and that pattern went around, it would go around that bird. If it wouldn't, it wasn't impressive at all. So, and this is at 30 yards. So that's why I maxed that choke out. At 30 yards, I was not impressed with this choke past that. 30 yards is pushing this choke. The best I still like is the heavy metal. I mean, it works. Proof is in the pudding. I had 189 hits in that 36 by 36, and had 22 in the circle, but it was it evenly spread the shot out evenly, and there was not that many holes. So we opted with that. With this as a backup, this was a second place. These two, I wouldn't bother buying them with that choke. So I wasn't really impressed with the distance on it. 25 yards. She can go to get it on a teal hunt. It's real effective on teal. It does real good. She dropped a bunch of teal. It is effective. You pattern your gun, and when you go out there and you do your homework and you go out, you come back home with a limit full of teal, and she shot her limit. It's impressive. Yes, it makes you happy. It makes you feel good when you knock birds down instead of just shooting. But we were going back out there, and I went ahead and bought her a little bit different choke. I was up at Cabela's above Atlanta, and it's a heavy shot. They had it on sale. Just went in there. I said, "Oh, here's one, 20 gauge, and it's extended range." I still have these loads, so I went out there and patterned them again with her. We didn't even bother with this one. I just wanted to see what the difference was, and in the heavy extended range in this, put 80 hits at 30 yards. 80 hits versus 22 in a circle. In a 12-inch circle. They covered the 12-inch plate up perfect. I mean, covered it up. I said, my gosh, that was a good load with this extended range. And it did the same thing with the nitro steel, because that's the two choices I went with. I kind of left them two at the home. And, at 30 yards, I put 181 hits on that piece of paper with regular steel, and 30 in a 12-inch circle with the extended range. No holes. That's the difference between the choke. Now, this is a modified choke from Kicks. But if you look on the factory specs, it's an IC factory specs. This I hadn't looked up. I imagine this is a modified factory specs and probably like a full for the steel. That's how it works with steel shot. A mod's gonna be full, IC is gonna be a mod, and so on. As you follow along. But what really matters is that you go out there and pattern your gun, and y'all already bought these. These are mine now. What am I gonna do with them? I gotta find something it likes. And I found the heavy metal and the nitro steel work best with this choke, but I gotta limit my range. I know it's a factory IC choke and a mod steel thing. It's pushing its limits at 30 yards. I wouldn't shoot it past 30 yards. So when we got out there to Louisiana on our teal hunt, the teal were coming in, they were working in good. They come in the decoys, excellent. Worked out great. You see these other chokes, I have a selection of chokes that I use depending on where I'm at. Yes, I like to extend my shot. I like to see what I can do at 40 yards. And I got a IC, a light mod, a mod, and an improved mod. Now I got the extra full Carlson choke to go with it for my A400. So at any situation, I carry them in my bag. I go duck hunting, I get a call, hey, let's go in the morning. where we going? Oh, we're going to go to a friend of mine's house down there, so-and-so down in the swamp. So I thought I was going to the swamp one time, and I went out into a field with an open lake, and I had my chokes with me, and I had already screwed in an IC choke in, thinking I was going to be in real tight cover. I just said, okay, I can fix this. Unscrewed it, because I knew I had to have at least 35 to 40 yard shots, easy. When I'm in the swamps, I prefer this one. Now the other two, it depends on what the load is and when I'm shooting. If I'm shooting a bigger, heavier load, I tend to go to the middle of the range, like your 2s and your BBs and stuff. I tend to stay, I don't go with the extra improved modified on that because it will blow your patterns. But this choke and that choke, depending on the situation, we came home with a load of ducks. We had a great season this year. I just wanted to share that with y'all. And go out there, and when you go purchase a choke, do your research, find a choke. I mean, they're all restricted. I mean, but like I said, every gun is different. Every gun is different. I don't know why it's so different, but they act different with different loads. Different chokes make them change totally. I mean, I shot 3 straight up steel shot loads. Every one of them were totally way different. And I shot the heavy metal. It does what it says it does. It puts a little bit more in the pattern, which I like. And even the modified choke versus IC choke changes the distance and the pattern greatly. So guys, get out there, do your homework. Because once you do that and you knock birds down and you know you did everything right, it makes for a successful hunt. It makes it feel a lot better than going out there and doing like these guys from Merriweather. They're shooting up in the air and shooting nothing. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time.